Testing one, testing one. Alright, looks like we're good to go. Let's see, who else messaged me? I'm gonna check the message right now. Oh, thank you, B-Boy Sonic. I appreciate the support. I don't know if you're still here, but I do appreciate your support. So, I'll DM you if you're not here. So, I'll send the thank you message. Anyways, oh wait, who just joined? Somebody else just joined. Whoever just joined, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. So, let's see. I'm gonna, yeah. To the person who just joined, the tourney is gonna officially start at 4. They're still waiting for everybody else to check in, so it's gonna be about like 5 minutes around there. Once everyone is checked in by 4, then they'll organize the brackets. I'm actually gonna quickly check to see how many people have actually checked in so far. The deadline is 4 p.m. If they don't check in by 4 p.m., they're screwed. They can't register. They can't. I mean, check in. So, right now we have let's see, 129 people have signed up. So, let's see if anyone else joins the last minute. We'll find out. So, based on the schedule, you know, again, I do Mortal Kombat 11 on Mondays. Every other Monday, it's a bi-weekly thing. So, I didn't do one yesterday. I'm thinking of doing a Fall Guys stream on Thursday night like I did last week. So, I'll probably be doing Fall Guys around 4 or 6 p.m., probably closer to 4 p.m. So, and then, I'm not going to be streaming a single-player game this week because, again, that's a bi-weekly thing unless it's a continuous game. So I'll probably be streaming a Toy Story 2, the video game, next week. Just figure it's a good change of pace from the usual kind of games I play. And plus, Toy Story 2 is one of my childhood video games, so it's a nostalgia thing as well. It's like it's like that question, why do some people play Super Mario? Why do some people play Sonic? Nostalgia. It's like, why do I play Frogger? Why do I play Toy Story 2? Why do I play Fall Guys, which is like Frogger? It's nostalgia. So anyways, I'm gonna quickly check the time right now. So it looks like everybody has around 3 more minutes. They have about 3 minutes to register. I'll get a little bit of warm up here. I was thinking of doing a rank match, but I don't think there's not any time at all. Takes a few minutes just to try to go online and find a player. So I always like to try to practice both sides equally instead of just relying on rock paper scissors to select the side you want. I always just try to get both player 2 and player 1 done. So. Also, one quick thing I'm going to do is, I may not be moving my characters. I'm going to try to find the bracket I'm going to be in. Let's see, ESL Online Tekken 7 Tourney. I'm going to look for it right now, and I'll post it on the chat. That way you can actually see where I stand in the bracket, because I can see, like, the PlayStation version on my end, but the ESL version of the brackets, only you can see that if I post it, so. What am I saying? So only I can see the PlayStation version on my end, but everyone will be able to see it if I post the ESL version of the brackets on the chat. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright. So today. Alright. Yeah, bracket's not available yet, so I'll just wait here a little bit. Once the brackets are officially created, I'll post it on the Twitch chat, which should be like in a few minutes. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna get some warm-ups here. I don't think there's any time for a mini lesson, so I'm just gonna try to warm up. Whoops. There we go. Let me check the time. About 1 minute, maybe less. One little thing though, I know I don't have time to do a lesson right now, but this I figure a small fun fact. So obviously if you do the key charge, whatever hit you land is going to be a counter no matter what. But that also means if you're at a key charge like this, you can't block either. By the way, to activate key charge instead of a counter, you got to press like all attack buttons simultaneously at the exact same time. So it's a double-edged sword. Whatever attack you land on your opponent will be an automatic counter hit, which means certain hits that are not a launch on a regular hit will be a launch on counters. So basically certain hits will launch you, like this one, but you can't block though. That's a problem. So you're also leaving yourself vulnerable for an opponent to launch you and get a free combo. But meanwhile, if you actually do down back 3 like this, if you notice, if it's not on counter, it's only +4. But watch this. On counter, you're at +14. Can you believe that? So you're going to be at a huge frame advantage. And this was actually a very recent thing. This wasn't done until Tekken 7 Season 4. Before Season 4, your opponent would actually just kind of fall on the ground, and then you would have to guess how he would wake up. And then you basically on luck. Here, you at least get like a legitimate frame advantage. Right here. So I think that's a really good change they made in Season 4. You can even do the dragon tail like this. By the way, alright, I think I just got my first opponent, so yep, I did. So I'm going to quickly check before I join the match. I am going to quickly check to see I want to quickly check. I want to know how many people officially joined. So, we have 140 people ended up joining, so it's a lot of people. So, meanwhile, I'm going to quickly, while I look for my opponent, I'll also quickly look for the bracket, which should be right here. Yes, it's right in front of me. And then I'm going to copy and paste the link on the group chat, or the Twitch chat, not the group chat, the Twitch chat. So let me quickly do that. Alright. Now you can see the bracket. I'm gonna look for my opponent right now. 2 people just joined. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Let me know if you can't see the bracket. I literally, right before you joined, I literally just posted the bracket on the link to the bracket where I'm at on the Twitch chat. So let me know if you can't see in the chat. I'm looking for my first opponent right now. It just got announced, so let's see if they're waiting in the tournament session. Nope. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own session, and I'm going to invite my opponents. If my opponent doesn't join in a few minutes, I'm going to send a message. Maybe even earlier than that. So let's see. Yeah, if I'm. By the way, if you can't see the screen, right now is because that's me trying to invite my opponent. I don't think you can see it on your end, but at least you can still hear me, so. Alright, I just sent my opponent an invite, and let's hope my opponent joins. Let's see if people can still hear me. On my end, I heard some kind of static on the mic. Let's hope that fixed it. I'm going to check right now. Let's hope that fixed it. I'm going to check right now. I'm gonna send my message send a message to you. Oh wait, it says my opponent is waiting in a match. Oh, did I get disconnected? Whoops. We didn't start those, so what happened here? By the way, for those of you who just joined, I'm trying to invite my opponent right now so we can begin the tournament match. Apparently there was some kind of internet issue. I just sent my opponent another invite. I don't know if you could see it on your end. So, hopefully my opponent will join. I'm gonna send a message to my opponent right now to make sure he got the invite. Wait a minute, did it? Oh, here he is. He just joined. Just saw it.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7. Martial Law.
Sorry, I hit the mic by accident.
Get ready for the next battle.
All right. I'm gonna mute the mic, by the way. Focus on the match.
bon endroit pour se battre. Tu ne crois pas?
Round 1. Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight. KO. Round 3. Fight. KO. Welcome to the king of martial law. Get ready for the next battle.
C'est un bon endroit pour se battre. Tu ne crois pas?
Round 1. Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight. KO. Round 3. Fight. KO. Round 4. Fight.
Alright, that is it. I won my first match, so I'm going to quickly check the bracket. You can also check the link to see it on your end. Let's see where I stand. I don't think I've officially won, but I already submitted the screenshot, so okay. So I figured out who I'm going to be fighting next. I'm going to be fighting either one of two opponents. Yeah. Well, I'm going to quickly check to see who else is in the bracket, see if anyone I recognize is in there. I've seen one person, one regular there. Yep. Oh yeah, I've seen some regulars so far. Yeah, it looks like the usual amount of regular people. At least some of them. Some of the usual amount. Well, it's interesting. They paired up the the seeding is completely random in the ESL tourneys. There were like two champion players. Two of the top players just actually went head-to-head. Geese Joestar and Armakuz went head-to-head in round 128. So Armakuz is already gone. He usually makes it to the end. Again, the seeding here is totally random. That's the thing. I know not everybody is happy about that, but it is what it is. I'm neutral about that. I'm just appreciate the fact that I can actually go to a Tekken tournament weekly. Alright, I think I'm going to go back to the screen right now. Go back to the Tekken screen, so you should be able to see a screen. Oh, hi. If you just joined, I'm going to update you on what happened. I know somebody else just joined. I just won my first set, so that's what's going on right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually maybe try to play some rank matches. Usually between tournament sets, I usually play either rank matches or I give some mini lessons in practice mode. I think this time I'm just going to try to find a rank match. I'm at Mighty Ruler right now. I'll probably maybe try to get promoted to Reverend Ruler.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7, Martial Law.
So yeah, I'm gonna go to the waiting room. Hopefully it won't take that long to find an opponent. I heard that some other people at lower ranks have told me that the matchmaking in Season 4 is actually pretty good. I would say I can definitely see what they're saying, because the matchmaking, if you're in the early ranks where there are a lot more people around, it probably should be not that hard to find an opponent. But when you're like when you start to get in the high ranks, you know, not that many people have made it to the high ranks. Well, a lot, but not that many compared to everybody who's played Tekken. So it's a bit of a wait. Sometimes it can be a bit of a wait to find an opponent. But let's hope we can find one sooner than later. Let's hope I can get some at least one rank set done before my next tournament match. But I'll tell you what, if I don't find like an opponent in 5 minutes, I don't want to just kind of like stall here. So if I don't find an opponent in like 5 minutes, I'm gonna go to practice mode. I'll teach a mini lesson. Also, I know some of the lessons can be a little repetitive sometimes. I try to diversify the lessons I give, but you know, to people who regularly watch the stream, I'm doing these lessons for like everybody who watches the stream. So in case somebody who's like, if it's someone's first time watching the stream, you know, it'll be their first time watching that lesson. But yeah, again, if I don't find, I'll time it. If I don't find an opponent in 5 minutes, I'm going to head to practice mode. I do really like the fact, though, in the waiting room you can practice your combos and all that. Get yourself warmed up. Can't believe this game was released on console back in 2017. Oh wait, it gets better. It was released back in 2015 in arcades that were only for Japan and Korea and other parts of Asia. 2015. We're at like what, 2023? That's 8 years. Can you believe that? Literally 8 years since this game was launched. You know, do the math. Tekken 8, right? Tekken 8, let's assume it's going to release in early 2024. This is just an assumption, I don't know, but if it releases in early 2024, yeah, that would be like, let's see, if it was released back in 2015, right, that would be 9 years since it was released. But wait, here's the thing though. In Tekken 6, I believe, if I recall correctly, correct in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Tekken 6, the arcade version, I think was released in 2008, if I recall correctly, early 2008. I could be wrong about that. Maybe late 2007. I gotta look at that again. But let's say it was let's say early 2008. So we didn't have, like, if you don't count Tekken Tag 2, we didn't have like a main game after that until 2015. So that was 7 years. Yeah, so 7 years. So Tekken 6, I believe, on console, I know for sure was released in fall 2009. And then I don't count Tekken Tag 2 because I don't consider that a main entry. It's more of a spin-off, or spin-off, quote-unquote. So let's see, Tekken 6 was released in fall 2009, so then Tekken 7 was released in summer of 2017. So that's, if you do the math, that's 8 years. So point is that the average time nowadays for a new main Tekken game to launch is, I think, yeah, 7 or 8 years. That's how long we have to wait. But to be fair, you see, what happened was, you see, Tekken Tag 2, I think Tekken Tag 2, I know Tekken Tag 2 is got a very polarized reaction. I was actually among the people who actually liked Tekken Tag 2. I think it was a really good game in many ways. Let me check the time. Yeah, it was a really good game in many ways. Let's hope we don't disconnect. Oh, we did. But in many ways, it was. I thought it was a really good game. I think it was, you know, I wouldn't say it was like the best of the best Tekken game, but it definitely was up there. Definitely was a great Tekken game. Well, the problem is that it was launched at a time. First of all, it was launched on the PS3 and Xbox 360, and I think fall 2012. That was like roughly a year before the PlayStation 4 got launched. So, first of all, Tekken Tag 2 never made it to PS4. It's, I think it was on PlayStation Now. I think you could stream it there, but I don't really count that. It never, like, officially made it on the PS4. So, that's one thing. So, people were mainly focused on getting a PS4, and they kind of forgot about Tekken Tag 2. But another thing, though, is that Tekken Tag 2 was released at the time when Call of Duty was still at the top of its game, when popularity-wise. You know, every shooters, like nowadays, fighting games, you know, a lot more people are focused on fighting games than back then. But back then, people were mainly focused on like Battlefield, Call of Duty, you know, first-person shooter games. So that was. So I got distracted by a notification. So that was the second reason. So those two reasons are why Tekken Tag 2 kind of got looked over. I don't think I'm fighting an opponent anytime soon, so I don't know when my next tournament opponent is gonna be. So I'll just get into some practice. But Tekken Tag 2 was, in my opinion, was a good game, but again, those two reasons I just mentioned are, you know, are mainly why it wasn't that popular compared to the other Tekken games. And it actually, it sold, I believe, if I recall correctly, I might be wrong, but I think it sold less than 1.5 million copies. So, because of that, you know, there was no guarantee that another Tekken game will be made in general. So, you know, they were eventually, Namco, I think Harada was able to convince Namco to give him another chance, but in return, though, Tekken 7 was a lot more lower budget game, so that could be the reason why, you know, it took so long to release. And then I think that could be another reason why it started out with like only 20 characters and they had to slowly expand. Now, a lot of people don't like the graphics of Tekken. A lot of people thought the story was really bad of Tekken. You know, if you think about it, there really aren't any mini games in Tekken 7 at launch. You know, there's the Tekken Bowling DLC, but that's a DLC. But I'm talking about launch. There's practically nothing to do with Tekken. You know, it was just a story. You know, a story that was not so good in my opinion. Final Fight was good. We just had a not so good story. We also had ranked matches, but that's pretty much it. You know, there's the esports mode. The esports is what saved Tekken 7. So, if we actually do the math, Tekken 6 was released on console in 2009. Tekken Tag 2 was released just 3 years from now, but then because of the poor sales Tekken Tag 2 had, it was a long time before Tekken 7 got released. But because Tekken 7 did so well, there had to be like multiple seasons, and because of multiple seasons, you know, it took a while for Tekken 8 to, you know, launch. And don't get me wrong, I'm really glad Tekken 7's successful, but I'm just saying as, you know, I'm just saying as logic, as, you know, with logic, that it's probably the reason why Tekken 8 didn't get released earlier than when it's going to be released. By the way, I just got an announcement. I went back to the main menu because I got an announcement that I'm going to be fighting my next opponent. Hold on, I'm trying to join my opponent right now. Why hasn't my opponent joined yet? I'm gonna check to see if it's still making that weird noise on my end. I might need to get a new mic. Testing 1. Testing 1. Testing 1. Okay, for some reason, it's stuck on the loading screen. I have no idea what's going on, so might have to reset the app and start it again. Don't want to do that because that means I'll have to reset the stream, which is something I don't want to do. Wait about, if nothing happens in 3 minutes, I'll have to reset the stream and the app, which it's going to be a bit of a pain, but, you know, let's just hope it won't happen. Servers are still not perfect in this game. It's one of the reasons why offline Tekken 7 is a lot more popular than online. That's just one of the reasons why. Alright, I'm gonna have to close this thing. We'll see if it resets.